Hello guys, it's time for a new episode of L for Lovely Life, and in this one we are gonna talk about how to prevent your hair loss during summer and how to grow your hair like nice, more voluminous and just fuller. So it's gonna be fuller, thicker, stronger, faster. And yeah, let me just say that I really had my hair like very full and thick and voluminous like since I can remember now, but it hasn't always been this way. I've actually had like very poor hair, very damaged from all the coloring and bleaching and darkening and bleaching again. So yeah, I was kind of playing with my hair, which wasn't very good, and the end result was very bad. So yeah, I actually had like a lot thinner hair and just very poor, and I also had to like cut them so they were short and thin, and it was just kind of really bad for me. But now people are actually like asking me if I have any extensions, you know, just to make my hair denser, and my hairdresser couldn't say enough how much hair I have, and the blow drying never ends with me. So I'm very happy about that. So what am I doing to prevent my hair loss? First thing, I would mention brushing. So brush it with a detangler brush. I would definitely recommend this one because the normal comb or brush will make your hair fall out a lot more, because it will just it's not very friendly to your hair knots. So this one actually detangles your hair like really well, and it does prevent hair loss. It doesn't pull your hair out as much as like ordinary brush, which I didn't believe until I started using it. I kind of didn't believe that there is a brush that can prevent, you know, pulling your hair out even if you have like knots in the morning. But this one actually does, and I'm really happy and satisfied with it. And this is just some generic, it's not a real like tangle tweezer or anything, it's just like a knockoff, I guess. I don't know. It works fine for me, so it's great, and I kind of got it for $1 or so, which is totally awesome. The second thing about brushing is I would say that you should always just start on the end and walk your way, you know, upward slowly, because if you just start, you know, somewhere here, you will take these knots and just pull it out, and a lot of strands of your hair will be lost and pulled out, and no one wants that, no? And if you start here, you know, you will just work firstly on these knots, then slowly on these ones, and you know, it's a lot better for your hair as well, and like for your scalp, for your ends, for just everything. So this is the way you should be brushing. And there is another thing regarding the brushing. While you have your hair wet, do not brush them immediately, or if you do, just kind of use a comb that has like wider teeth, but I would not brush them because they're like very sensitive when they're wet. And just, you know, wait till you kind of dry them at least to some point, and then slowly brush them like at the ends and walk your way upwards like the way you normally do or normally should be doing. Yeah, one more thing. Many people like feel and think, and maybe they will say to you that you should not brush your hair if you have like a huge hair loss, because then you just see all that hair that you're losing, and it makes you so nervous and irritated, and it is better just to leave them, because so they won't be falling out that much, which is wrong. You should be brushing your hair. You should be brushing your hair like every day or even more times a day, because actually this prevents hair loss. Because let me tell you, if you are gonna brush your hair thoroughly and very nicely, it will not get that knotted, and obviously it will not fall out that much. I mean, yeah, sure, a few hair will fall out, but what's that in comparison to a few strands of hair just falling out with that many knots because you haven't brushed it for a day or two? You know what I'm saying? And another thing is the towel. Don't, when you have your hair wet, when you just kind of wash them, don't go crazy on the towel and, you know, flip your hair over and start, you know, rubbing, especially rubbing like this, because you will freeze them and later make them more sensitive and more like split ends and stuff like that. Just, you know, wrap your hair into the towel or in something like cottonish, like a cotton t-shirt or something like that, you know, in order to just dry them. don't rub them. You know, towel is meant to dry them. Don't be too harsh on your hair. They're very sensitive and very thin and gentle, and especially if you've got problems with hair loss, they're sensitive, which basically means like the same thing. One more thing is the food supplements. I've already spoken about food supplements like in one of my previous videos, which can be like viewed here in this kind of square note, and yeah, these are very important for your hair, just as they are important for your like health in general, your inner organs, your hair, your nails, your skin. Everything's connected with what you put inside yourself, like food and food supplements and other nutrients. So you should be very careful with the amount of vitamins and minerals and proteins you get each day, and especially I'm recommending the B vitamin complex. I'm using this one from bulkpowders.com or .co.uk, and it actually contains vitamin B1, B2, B3 and B5. Very important for your hair is like biotin as well, some vitamin D, like multivitamins, or omega-3 and 6, and also proteins. Proteins are awesome for your hair. Some of the shampoos and conditioners nowadays actually contains like silk proteins and other proteins. That's totally awesome, but you shouldn't just put them on your hair but also inside your body, because through the body it will also come to your roots and like all over your hair, obviously. Now it's kind of logical, I guess. Then I want to say a word or two about the drying. I know everybody's really tempted by blow drying, and I'm blow drying them as well, but when I had like really poor hair, I kind of stopped blow drying them and just went for like natural air drying. You know, I just first wrapped them in a towel or in a t-shirt or anything like made of cotton and just waited, and then went out on the fresh air, you know, during spring and summer when the air is like really warm and hot, and it's not really a problem having wet hair and you're not gonna get cold or anything. And yeah, just dry them naturally there, and hair actually feels and looks so much different. Like the difference in a month or two, it will be like horrendous, like very huge. And yeah, if you have to blow dry them, just kind of protect them with some heat protectant spray. You know, there are lots of the sprays on market right now, and they kind of have like some silk proteins in or some other like oils to prevent, you know, your hair damaging. And these sprays you should also definitely be using with your other heat tools like ironing or curling, which I somehow suggest you do not use if you have like sensitive hair, which kind of are tempted to fall out, you know. But if you have to, I understand that there's like parties and stuff going on, and if you have to do this, just do it with care, you know. And don't forget about heat protectant sprays, as well as some oils, different seed oils, or you know, just kind of shea butter, or just normal olive oil from your kitchen will sometimes do, you know, or some egg mask and stuff like that to make them, you know, recover from all the heat and stuff like that. To say a word or two about washing your hair. The frequency of washes should be like 2 or 3 times a week. I know for some of you it might be hard, and it used to be hard for me. I was obsessed. I used to be obsessed with hair washing, and I kind of washed them every single day. I know it's so bad, it's so hard to admit that, but it was really bad. And there was actually a time when my hair was really damaged, and what you do with your washing is basically you kind of damage your hair natural pH balance and your natural oils on your scalp. And what this means is that this oil from the scalp won't reach the rest of your hair and all to the ends, and because you will wash it all off, and it will actually get really damaged and consequently just, you know, fall out, and you'll start losing your hair, and it's really bad. And also you can kind of train your hair, because I've heard that if you, the more you wash them, the more it will naturally produce oils, because it will want to somehow like defense itself, you know, because oh my god, everything is getting like itchy and irritating, like with different shampoos and conditioners. I have to produce oils, I have to produce oils, you know, this is what your hair is thinking, and you kind of will have like even more oily and greasy scalp, and it will bother you even more, and you will wash your hair even like more often, and it will be even worse, and you know my point. So yeah, wash your hair like 2 times a week. In the first couple of weeks it will be hard to get used to, and maybe your hair won't kind of react the way you want it, but after a couple of weeks it will get better. I will reassure you this because it got better with me, so if it's possible with me, I guess it's possible with anyone. And how you should wash your hair, it really doesn't matter, you know, regardless if you like flip your hair back or flip your hair in front of you. Depends on what kind of like bath you have, but I would suggest that you use a very high condition shampoo and conditioner, because these are very important things, and you shouldn't be sparing your money on your hair, because if it's that important to you that you prevent your hair loss, you know, you will have to like do something about it. And you should be applying your shampoo just on your scalp, because here is where it produces oils and here is where it gets greasy. On the end it will not get greasy, and the shampoo will, just like hand wash or body wash, you know, when you later have to apply lotion and hand cream in order to not have that like dry feeling, you know, it will dry your hair, you know. Shampoo is pretty much like hand wash or body wash or any other wash, and it will dry everything that like kind of touches. So yeah, you should be applying it on your ends, but it's the different story with the conditioner, because conditioner should be applied on your ends but should not be applied on your scalp. I mean, it's not such a damage if you apply it on your scalp, like it's the damage if you actually apply shampoo on your ends, but your scalp will get like greasier sooner, and in case you're bothered by that, you kind of don't want to, you know, just put the conditioner on. But in case you don't, and in case you have like a real dry and dandruff like scalp, in that case you can apply conditioner on your scalp as well, you know, and no one will bother. Next thing, sleeping and clipping. While you sleep, you should like I guess just clip your hair a little, but not very tightly. You should never clip your hair very tightly if you have problems with hair loss, because the tighter the hair tie or hair clip or anything you're using is, the more it will kind of just, you know, suffocate your hair and just make them fall out even more. So just gently, you know, clip your hair while you're sleeping, because if you're having loose hair while you're sleeping, it will also, you know, make your hair loss like even worse. But during the day you should like keep your hair loose as much of the time as possible, you know, just so that nothing really bothers your hair, nothing tightens them, nothing squeezes them and stuff like that. Another thing regarding combing, well, not exactly combing, but making your hairstyle and stuff, is, of course, you probably know it already, do not tease the hair. I mean, I sometimes tease them because I like this kind of hairstyles, but only now that I already have like a huge rehab on my hair. But if you have like problems with hair loss, do not tease them, because once you tease them, you kind of comb them in the opposite direction, which means you basically open the hair and you make like the split ends, and the open hair will like take everything from the outside, you know, into it, and it will be so damaged and so poor, and it will just, you know, fall out very quickly. So I do not recommend this. And not just that, but also after you will want to like comb it and detangle it, it will be just very hard and very naughty if you previously teased them. So do not do this to your hair. And that's about it. That's a wrap. It was a little longer video, but I had a lot of suggestions what to do with your hair loss and how to prevent it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any more questions or ideas about how to make your hair like look more fuller and voluminous, please comment down below. And otherwise, thanks for watching, you guys, and see you next time. Bye bye.